So this is episode 6 of Los Mariachi Sagas. We've been doing this for 6 episodes.
6 episodes.
It's been 4 weeks.
Yeah.
This is week number 4.
While. How's it going, everybody?
We got some new listeners from. Now we're in 6 countries. Somebody from Hungary, someone from Italy. We finally got one from Mexico, the Netherlands, and just one other country I forgot. But that's crazy that people are listening to us from like the different parts of the world.
How's the word getting out there?
the word?
The word.
I don't know.
You know, man, the word.
I'm good at advertising.
You sending those owls from Harry Potter or what?
No, just I go there on the weekends. I go to Italy on the weekend and just start telling people like, "Hey, listen to this podcast." Sometimes that's all it takes for people to.
You're like those guys that are on the sidewalks trying to sell their mixtapes.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell you my podcast. This is Monday, and yesterday, so the podcast had some difficulties uploading. It was supposed to be uploaded Saturday morning, actually, and it was ready. The editing was done, everything. I was actually uploading the file, but I was in San Antonio at the time. I spent some time down there this past weekend, and so I was at a friend's place, and his Wi-Fi sucks, like shitty. So it like uploaded like honestly like 4%, but I already had to leave.
Damn.
And I didn't want to upload it like Saturday night because I wanted to do it in the morning. So I was like, I'll upload it Sunday morning, and I did. I put a timer on it and everything. Well, I put it to publish at 8 a.m. Sunday, and it did. And then I go listen to it, and there's no audio. And then I checked the file, and when I was doing the editing, and I exported the file, I had the audio off.
Oh.
And I was like, fuck. Because it takes hours to upload podcasts, if you don't know. And it was like 2 hours, or I don't know how many hours just wasted, because I had to re-upload the entire file. So then I wasn't able to upload it till like 3 p.m. And then it wasn't available on Spotify for some reason until like 6.
Yeah.
So I went and posting it on a bunch of other places that were allowed to. But eventually it was finally able to upload. So that's why it wasn't uploaded till Sunday night. It was Matt's fault.
Sorry, guys.
Fucking
I saw all the places that where you uploaded it, where you could listen to it, and I was like, I didn't even know of all these what are they, like applications or what?
Yeah, they're apps that are specifically for podcasts that people use. But at first I was just uploading on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, because that's the most popular place that people go to that know about. But I was like, well, I need to upload everywhere.
Yeah. Literally. So
I did. And but it did upload it, and it went well. I mean, people been listening to it this past weekend, because the last this previous podcast talked about leading up to the weekend. After the podcast we recorded that uploaded on Sunday, I took off to San Antonio. Spent a couple of days there. Man, I was tired. I went to see this girl that I've been seeing for, I guess, say a couple months now. She went to San Antonio and met up with her. We went to this museum, this like interactive museum, I think called the Wonder Chamber in San Antonio. Have you ever been to it?
Never heard of it.
It sucks. Like, it was so shitty. Like, even she didn't like it.
Why?
And it was her idea. Well, it was supposed to be like interactive, you know, kind of fun, and they give you an hour time limit, and it's like $25 per person to get in. After, I'm not kidding, like 15 minutes, we were done. Like, we saw everything. We did everything.
But did it make you wonder?
Yeah. Wonder why
it sucked.
why we were here. Why we spent this time and money being here.
That's how they get you, bro.
We stretched it out to like 40 minutes because we were like, we're already here. And it was just this type of museum where like have different art pieces that you can like sit on or take pictures with or like touch. And but they only had maybe like 6 rooms, and it looks nothing like their Instagram pictures, like most people. Like I don't look like what I look like on Instagram, you know?
Well, that's the problem with social media.
Yeah,
not everybody. Everybody's lives, the way they make it look on social media is not at all what it's like.
But then we went to we went to Hero Ramen and Sushi. This ramen place there in San Antonio. You ever heard of it?
Never heard of it.
It was like on the news. Pretty popular place in San Antonio. I didn't like it.
Really? Was umami better?
The ramen, yeah. The ramen was better from Umami, from the people that listen to us in
really
San Marcos.
It's really good.
You should go to Umami. We have good sushi and ramen there, and this place, the ramen, I didn't even finish it.
No,
I didn't like it.
Must have been bad.
It was. She liked the sushi. She said it was better than Kumori's. If you ever been to Kumori's.
Never heard of it.
But she liked the sushi, and we just hung out rest of the night. I saw her the next day. So I stayed with a friend in San Antonio. And we did touristy stuff. We went to Mi Tierra. I was like, all right.
It's a must. Mariachi bar.
Yeah, I guess if you're visiting San Antonio, you have to go to Mi Tierra.
Who was there? Nobody.
There is the trio group that
really?
they're there like every day, or at least every weekend.
Oh, there's a at the mariachi bar or like in the restaurant in general?
No, in the restaurant. They're called like Trio de Mi Tierra or something. They're like there.
I've only ever gone on one of the days on the weekends. I mean, I don't really go to San Antonio much, but I've only ever gone on the weekend, and there's usually like at least 2 or 3 trios walking around. Yeah,
they're there, but nobody asked for anything, and it's always funny when like I see a group with trio or mariachi, and I'm like, I want to ask for a song, but I also know how much they charge.
Yeah,
I'm like, even though if I were in their position, I would want somebody to ask for a song because I need money. So I'm just sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, and
honestly, I didn't have cash on me, so I couldn't.
Nowadays they take Venmo, Cash App, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, the Square, they got the Square on the on the Apple.
They probably still take checks.
Probably
$25 check.
Money orders.
It's like a money order. But then, where to go? Oh, I got some yogurt or something in the mall. And I took off like at 4 to go do the gigs. And I guess we should talk about the gigs. The first one, pretty easy, simple. It was like at 6:30 out in Dale, Texas, which is they called the cops.
Why? On you guys, because you were too loud?
Yeah, I guess so. Or because there's too many people, even though it was out in Dale.
You're not following protocol. You're not following
nobody was wearing a mask.
COVID-19 protocol.
Well, it was weird because it was in Dale, and people that know Dale, I mean, nobody gives a shit out in Dale.
Ain't nothing out there, man.
But they called the cops. For that gig, it was just me, Asel, Jarek, Ivan, and Sophia went to help us out. And then I had a little break because we had another hour, but it got canceled and we pushed things back. So I didn't have another gig until 9:30 out in Pflugerville. And that one was crazy. It was like in those mobile home houses, apartment type of thing. Well, we had the guys from, well, I guess now they're with Internacional. They used to be with Guadalajara, but Fernando and Cristobal.
I miss those guys, man.
Yeah, they're cool. But they asked for El Mono de Alambre again at this gig. And Asal just went off. And there's a little kid crying.
He made him cry?
No, he was already crying. I guess he was like 6 or something. This kid was just pissed off because he was a kid at a party. He was late. I guess he just wanted to cry. And then so I said, goes off at the kid. And then he says, well, how the song goes. And it says basically for that little kid to go like fuck himself.
Freaking Asael, dude.
And I'm just like, all right, cool. And so the dad of that kid was there at the party.
What did he say?
He didn't say nothing because I mean the song was still going on, and the dad of that kid is the one who asked for the song. So this fucking guy, while Asal was singing the next verse he was coming up with, this guy comes in front of us and literally pulls down his shorts and like is mooning us, just showing us his ass. This guy was pretty drunk.
I've never.
You weren't expecting that, right?
What the hell, dude?
He was wearing these basketball shorts and he literally just pulls down his shorts and is like bending over in front of us.
What the hell?
Yeah, we're just like,
that's crazy. He's like using this kid as a fucking weapon, dude. That's crazy, dude. That guy's savage. Oh my god.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that.
Yeah, no kidding, bro.
We ended the song a couple verses after that.
Yeah, after that, that's it, man.
Yeah, we're like, all right, we should stop this song.
We should shut this down right now. We don't know what's next. What's gonna happen?
There was this time a few years ago, man, I'm talking about like 2017 maybe, where we did a gig. I was still with Mariachi Amor at this time. Mm-hmm. It was in a place called the Laundromat. Austin is weird, in case you don't know.
Keep it weird, bro.
This place was called the Laundromat because I think it used to be a laundromat, but now it's like a bar restaurant where they have like events and stuff.
Oh wow!
But they call it the Laundromat. And
very creative name.
Oh, and a lot of stuff happened. Well, it was just a 4-piece, and I guess I won't say the 4 people are there because they might get in trouble. But at this gig, I was by myself on Vihuela, and I had this Vihuela. I don't have it anymore. Actually, I traded it with Jimmy, so Jimmy should still have it. Jimmy, violin player. Well, this Vihuela, the first fret, it came undone during the gig. Mm. So when your fret comes undone on a Vihuela, it sucks. Because you can't control the intonation, you can't control the notes. So I remember playing like Como quien pierde una estrella. It sounded like I was playing it in major. Yeah. Because I couldn't play a C natural on the second string. Yeah. It would just sound like a C sharp. And that was like the beginning of the gig. So I had to I can just get through it because there's no way I could have tied it on the fret during the gig. And that wasn't even like the crazy part. There is this crazy white lady. I mean, she was probably maybe in her 20s, late 20s, early 30s. I don't know if she was on something. She was either really drunk, some type of drugs or something. I think it was like a wedding party, engagement party. Mm-hmm. And she was just, like feeling it. She was dancing all sexual and shit. But we were playing like Cielito Lindo. We weren't even playing like dancing music like that. But I guess she was just so excited. And so we finished the gig and we were leaving. And on the way out, we're all lined up. And she kisses each of us like on the mouth.
Dang.
on the way out. Like when us were expecting it, we didn't know. And then we all like looked at each other and we're like, let's never speak about this until now. That I just spoke about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's okay
because I didn't say who was there.
Yeah, you didn't.
Besides me. Yeah, you get some weird gigs, some weird clients in Austin. But what was your weekend like? Because you played on Friday, right?
Yeah. I think this weekend I probably traveled more than I actually played. Yeah, these gigs were pretty far. Friday, our first one was at, I think, like at 7. And it was in Tow, Texas. Or Tow, Texas. I don't know how you pronounce it. It was like Tow, like TOW. And dude, that gig was far as hell. It was 2 hours away from Buda is where I left from, because Oscar was like, yeah, we can you and Luis can carpool with me. So we're like, all right. But the thing is, he told us not to be there until 6:40. That was when we were gonna leave his house. So we leave at that time. And I think about an hour and a half into our traveling time to the gig, Adolf's like, because we told him we were gonna be there at like 6:40. We weren't gonna get there until like 6:40, and he was like, "What? Why?" And he was like, "This contract I signed says we had to be there like 6:20 because, that's what they had agreed with." Well, turns out he had agreed to sign this contract for this gig with this one lady from, I guess, what is it called? I don't know what it is. It's called Groove Labs. Do you know? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
That's where, I guess it's kind of like a gig salad thing, or is it?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, something like that.
And so, turns out that's where we got that gig from, and we didn't know that. So we were like, oh shit. So Adolf's like, you guys just made me look like an asshole. I signed a contract for us to be there at 6:20 because we were like, why are we gonna be there so early? We don't start till 7. So we get there like 6:40, whatever. Mind you, we each had energy drinks because we were all like tired as fuck. And I think about an hour into the trip, I started having to go to the restroom, but I didn't say anything. I was like, I'll just wait till I get there. And we get there, and it's like a huge vineyard, and there's like, and it's like acres of that, and it's a really nice kind of house looking area, and we're just waiting out there. And the lady that we were supposed to meet, it's, I thought it was a wedding because she seemed like a wedding planner, like that's what she made it seem like she was. And so we were waiting there for about 20 minutes. Finally, she's like, okay, we're gonna drive there because it's about 20 minutes from here. And so we're like, okay. So we got on our truck, and I still had to like use the restroom. I still had to go pee. And so I was like, dang, 20 minutes, it's crazy. So we start following her to the place, and it's literally down the street. But she like stops there. She gets out, and we're like waiting to get into, because it's like a gated area. So we're waiting to pass through the gate, and she gets off. She's like, oh, I passed it, so we have to go back. And we were like, what the hell? So we turn around. We finally get there. We park. And we're waiting there for another like 10 minutes. Finally, she's like, okay, we can start playing here. It's a surprise. Nobody knows you're here. So I'm thinking it's like a wedding with a bunch of people. But no, like we start playing, we walk in. It's a huge house, by the way. It's like a ranch. That house is huge, man. I don't know why I was thinking they had a fountain or something there, but no, they had like, it was really nice. These stairs, they had really nice stairs, and everything was brick. We played on like a brick sidewalk in front of the house, pretty far away. But we started playing, and like 8 people come out, and to me they seemed really like they had money. They were really rich. And so we start playing, and they're like loving it. And it was a birthday party. Turns out it was a birthday party for like 8 people. But to me, I was like, man, these guys must have money if they have like a wedding planner or like a party planner for a party of like 8 people. You know, I've never seen that before. So I was like, because she was telling us what to do. She's like, okay, what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna play at this time. Y'all are gonna walk in playing this song. You know, telling us exactly where to stand. So I was thinking that the place is really nice though, man. I mean, we ended up actually, we were supposed to play 2 hours. We ended up playing an hour and 20 minutes and still getting paid for the full 2 hours, which is pretty good, I think. But it went good. I mean, real easy songs. We had that for Friday. That killed me because just the drive, man. I mean, 2 hours over there, 2 hours back. And you're playing for only like an hour. I mean, I'd say it was worth it because they paid really good. It's like they paid us as if we played for 4 hours. I think that's how much they paid us. And then Saturday we had, I think, 3 more hours. Started at 5. What happened Saturday? There we started in Gerald. That one was pretty far too. About an hour away from where I live.
Yeah, it's north.
Yeah, way up north. And then the one after that, that was 2 hours. I actually don't remember how that went. Oh yeah, that one went pretty good. We had the full group for that weekend, so everything sounded real clean, real good. But I think it was a quince. I think all the kids were dancers though. Like, I'm not sure. Adolf said he said that they were dancers. I'm not sure what type of dancers. He was maybe folklorico. I'm not too sure because they were dancing for like all the sones and stuff. So I'm not too sure exactly. I didn't ask him. And then after that, we just had another hour in Del Valle. That one was pretty boring. So wasn't the only eventful one really was the one on Friday, the 2 hour, quote unquote 2 hour gig.
There are no gunshots in Del Valle.
No, man. I think we played for that family before, the one in Del Valle, but it was pretty uneventful. The only, I was just really tired. That one. Louise pretty much sang the whole gig. That was pretty funny.
He likes doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I got it. Wait, I got it. But then do you want to get into the question that we got asked yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you read it?
I did. I still kind of had like a lot of questions about it as far as like the details about like his situation, but
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So we got a question yesterday from this guy Mark, who's out in the Corpus area, plays mariachi. And so his question was, how do y'all feel when y'all are in an environment when no one is social distancing, surrounded by rich Trump supporters, and you're like just paid as a gag, just for like show? As he said, he played in Port Aransas, and there was just a bunch of rich white Trump supporters, maskless, and that they got tipped well, but they just felt like awkward about it.
Yeah.
So he was asking how we feel about situations like that. You said you had something about that.
Well, that gig on Friday that we did was kind of the same thing. I mean, it was kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like a gag. I think that part is weird. Because when he said that, it made me think that they're doing it to ridicule like mariachis or like the culture in general,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure why they would hire like a mariachi just for that, but if it's just for that, I think that's really awkward. But I mean, they paid really well too, but I don't think I'm too fond of that part either, like hiring them as a gag. I think that's what I thought about when he said that. Is that the fact that they hired a mariachi just to ridicule them? Like, it happens all the time, right? Where we get hired, where people don't pay attention to us. But I don't think I've ever been hired like for something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been hired for like as a joke.
Yeah.
But even like at quinceañeras, wedding, Hispanic parties, we've been hired and they don't pay any attention to us. They don't ask for songs or anything.
And that's cool with us because like the gig goes by faster. It's easier,
Yeah, we just stand there, play what we want. But those kind of gigs, I've had a lot of those playing with Mariachi Amor, because he gets those kind of clients where it's usually wealthy people, live out in Westlake, or company parties, or they'll just hire a mariachi to, I guess, show diversity. Actually, I remember this is back in 2017, where we were going to play at a sorority in UT, but that gig got canceled because of cultural appropriations. And so that means you're taking somebody else's culture and using it for your own satisfaction. So you don't have, like, I guess, a right to do that. And this was a big thing at that time because a lot of sororities were being shut down because of racial movements. There's things going on in sororities across the country at this time.
Yeah.
So our gig got canceled because of that. But we've done gigs, and I actually talked about it on the first episode of the podcast. Someone actually made a comment about it, but I forgot to bring it up. But it was like about when we get hired for these rich white people out here, Austin or wherever, and especially like Cinco de Mayo. With Alex, we'll get a lot of those gigs.
Yeah.
And some are offensive because they'll like wear like sombreros and like zarapes or panchos and put on like fake mustaches. Yeah, the fake mustache, and have like maracas, have the whole shit that's not even accurate.
Yeah.
Majority I'd say most or almost all don't even know why Cinco de Mayo is celebrated, which it is celebrated in Mexico but really only in Puebla. That's where the battle took place. Other than that, it's not really celebrated anywhere else in Mexico. So that is offensive, but even at that moment, it doesn't feel like they're doing it to make fun of us or mariachi. I guess in their mind, they're celebrating our culture with us.
Well, it's kind of one of those things where they just don't have that knowledge. I mean, it's like, what is Easter? Easter is it was, I guess, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, but for some reason we see bunny rabbits and Easter eggs, and that I'm not sure where that connection is. We celebrate like these bunny rabbits, but really Easter Day is that resurrection of Jesus Christ. So maybe it's like a misunderstanding, I guess, of that.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same way.
Yeah, it's similar to that. It's just more people get upset about this more because of the racial side to it. But I don't know. His question also was specifically like Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And I'll say, actually, I didn't want to like really actually discuss this question or even talk about this question.
Yeah.
Because I mean, after what I said in the second podcast, I can't just like go and bash a whole group of people or a person based on their beliefs, because that would just go against everything that I believe in personally, the way I view people, the way I view the world. I don't believe that's the answer, just to try and show that one side is wrong or one side is right. Because so one thing I like to do a lot is play devil's advocate. So that means I take the opposing side, or the least popular side, even if I believe in it or not, because I want to truly understand what both sides are thinking. And that's how I feel you can make the best decision, the best judgment on a certain topic. Because if you're just so passionate about one side, you become closed-minded. Is you think you're so open-minded and open to all these different ideas that you start to exclude certain things that don't fit in to your philosophies, what you believe in. So ultimately it's just doing the same thing that the other group is doing, but it's just you feel it's right and justified because what you feel is right. What they feel is right. So who's right? Yeah, it's just a weird thing where you can't like support the president of the United States because then you're automatically seen as a racist, or you hate women or immigrants. It's just crazy because he's the president of the United States. I don't know. I know like Hispanic people that are Trump supporters. I don't believe they're racist, or that everybody that supports Trump is a racist or hates immigrants. It's just what people believe in. People can believe in certain policies all they want. Yeah.
I kind of had a question about like the situation, like what kind of made him, was it an event for like Trump supporters directly? Like is that what they were doing the gig for?
I mean, I don't know. He didn't go into much detail. Again, I didn't ask him much.
Yeah.
But also the other thing is, I feel like if you're gonna take a gig like that, then
that's if he knew.
Yeah, I mean, if you know. I mean, if you didn't know, of course, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
But also, if you truly feel so much about a certain thing, certain politics and policies, why take the money? If it's really about your beliefs, about what you stand for, if you don't agree with it, why take someone's money that you feel is just a racist and hates immigrants, hates people? Just don't take the money. Yeah. You did the work, you didn't know, or if you did, go do the work. Just don't take their money. But if you take their money, I mean, how much do you really care where it came from?
Yeah. Me personally, I don't. As long, I know he said he said he had a problem with the fact that they were all maskless too. Like they didn't have a mask or whatever.
Yeah, that was the other part of it.
I mean, me personally, I feel like that has happened in every single gig that I've done since we've started, even in the beginning, like when everything was pretty serious, like the cases were really, really high. So, and I've still been out there gigging, but like I usually, I'll wear a mask, and then I only really take it off when I sing and stuff too, because that gets too much sometimes. But as long as, I guess, you stay like a distance from them, you don't really shake their hand or nothing. I mean, here's my thing. I mean, as long as they paid you guys, as long as they pay, and especially like you said, like they tipped a bunch of $100 bills, if they pay you really well, then I don't really see a problem with it. But it would bother me as well if it was a gig where all they did was ridicule you. I mean, that's kind of what I got from his message. his question whenever he said that it was a gag thing. But how can you be too sure of that? You know, like, for example, I did a gig, the one that I did on Friday, where it was in Toe, Texas. They paid really well, and they were, but they pretty much never paid attention to us. Like, they kind of, it's just one of those gigs where they just don't pay attention to you, you know, and they're doing their own thing. They just wanted to have some type of music, but they were obviously white and very rich people. You know, I personally, if it was just that, I don't really have a problem with it. And they never had masks, but we kept the distance from them, you know, at the same time. I mean, we had our masks, but I guess where I had the problem with it a little bit was the gag thing. I think that's really weird, and I would feel kind of awkward too if that were the case. If they were just like laughing at you, or I don't really know the situation, but if it happened to where they were clearly just making fun of you, I think it's a little weird. But like you said, they paid a lot.
Yeah,
they're the ones that hired you, and you know.
I mean, and if you truly believe that they're there to make fun of you, don't take the money.
Yeah.
Don't accept their money, because you're just feeding into it. You're just giving them more power. Like I said, I've had plenty, all my years with Mariachi Amor, we had a lot of that. I mean, the amount of weddings they tell you that we literally just stood there quietly, or they said, I'll just wait here and we'll come get you.
Yeah.
Or play in the corner, play whatever you want.
Yeah.
Was just ridiculous amount of times they would do that. And but the thing is, we would get paid, and a lot of times they would tip. So we'd take the money.
Yeah.
But also, I never felt that they were ridiculing us or making fun of us, or they just had us there to show us like a art piece or a museum or something.
I mean, the thing is, we're hired to perform a service. We're there to do a service. Our job is to provide customer service, you know, kind of like a fucking restaurant or a Burger King, you know. They have it their way.
Yeah.
But if obviously you feel like you're being I guess humiliated, or you know, they're like violating you in any way,
Yeah.
such as, I don't know, if you feel like it's just, if they're racially being, or they're just being racist to you while you're doing that, obviously, you know, I would say something to them, you know. But that's if they're not like paying attention to you, or they don't, you know, they're doing their own thing. I think it's cool as long as they pay you, you know. I really don't care that much, but like I said, I'm not too, I don't know really like the details of the situation that he was in.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, or if something was said, or if something happened. But it's just relating it to the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, even if like I showed up to a gig and literally everybody was wearing MAGA hats and had Trump 2020 in their shirts, and they're drinking and celebrating, I would probably still do the gig.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. I mean, there's probably people that would do it, but that they would hire you purposely to just make fun of you. So I'm like, that, because it's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's hundreds of dollars, probably thousands, if you're hiring for multiple hours and you want a big group.
Yeah.
For you to just spend that much money just for like a joke. I mean, some people would do it
for sure.
But I mean, I'll still do the gig. But that's also because I believe that not everybody that's a Trump supporter is automatically a racist or hates immigrants.
Yeah.
Just because you support some person doesn't mean you believe everything that they believe in. You just like their policies, what they're doing. I mean, people still eat Chick-fil-A and they're openly against gays.
Mm-hmm.
People still eat at Chick-fil-A. Well, the whole world boycott Chick-fil-A. They're just not going to.
Mm-hmm. No, but that's kind of what I ran into this weekend, just with those with those folk from Toe, Texas. Man, that place was huge. Super rich people. I mean, they were nice too, you know. But I mean, same thing. We're just there to be background music, you know, for this extremely really nice house. I thought it was funny because one of the women, she came up to us. She was like, "Oh, can you play Las Mañanitas? It's so romantic." And she started like dancing with like her hands on her chest like this, like swaying back and forth. She's like, "It's so romantic." Like her eyes were closed, and Adolf looked at me. He's like, "It's romantic, Mañanitas."
Oh, you've gotten...
So now every time we do Mañanitas, they're like, "Let's play something romantic."
The amount of times that I've been asked for their stuff, or like I'll sing a song like Ella, which is a guy telling this girl basically that he's tired of waiting for her, that she just screwed him over, and basically just telling this girl, you've lost the love of your life. Like, I'm not going back. That's it. We're done. And there's some people I just don't know what the words mean. But if you just sing a song with so much emotion or passion, they're like, "Oh, it's so beautiful." You sing it to a girl and just falling in love. You're just telling her that you're never gonna love her because she played with you too much.
It's romantic, bro.
All of the ridiculous requests. You know what was probably maybe the strangest? And this guy was straight up. He was like, "I know it's kind of like a stretch, but is there any way?" And I say, "This is the serenata that we do. There are three of us." He was like, "Is there any way that y'all would be able to do Dream On?"
And y'all did it?
No.
Yeah, that's weird.
Dream On from Aerosmith, with the 3-piece mariachi. And I was like, no. First of all, none of us could even sing that.
Yeah.
It's the to sing it is just hard as it is, and then playing it, no, we can't.
Definitely not.
Yeah, if people ask for some weird, crazy shit, it's not even mariachi.
We have to put in the contract, mariachi music only. No rock. They ask for a lot of country.
Yeah, in this area, especially Central Texas, you'll get a lot of country requests. San Antonio and Austin. Neon Moon, popular one. The Chair. Johnny Cash. Oh, I play a Ring of Fire in Austin a lot.
Ring of Fire, yeah.
Oh, the favorite, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play that one in the Valley too.
Really?
Yeah, they asked for that.
I wonder who made it famous.
Challenge.
For mariachi.
For mariachi.
Who is it?
Well, I know 2 groups recorded it.
Who recorded it?
Internacional and Mariachi like Serenata.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's 2 groups that have recorded it.
Shout out Luis. This is the Luis segment of the day.
We didn't talk about it on
last
podcast.
Actually, we did.
We did?
Yeah, bro. You called him out. You said he owed you
money. Oh, that's right. Did you listen to it?
No, I don't. You know, he does listen, but I haven't talked to him since the weekend, so he probably did. But I did mention that.
Oh, the money.
I did mention the money that day. Because like I said, we had a long drive to Toe, Texas, and just told him about that on the way over there, and he said he doesn't know what you're talking about. By the way,
it's fucking bitch.
Yeah. No, I don't know. That's all him, bro. That's all.
No, but what Alex posted in the Austin community mariachi page. Are you still on that page?
I am.
He didn't kick you out of that one.
He didn't kick me out. No, I never got kicked out.
Because Austin has a community mariachi page. Like, the Valley has one, San Antonio has one, Dallas has one. But the one here in Austin, you need to be like invited into it. The only person that can prove people is like Alex. So it's not like a whole lot of people. It's mostly just Austin area people. Well, he posted this link to Mariachi Cobre playing at Epcot. But they play like on a stage now, I guess, to stay away from people.
Yeah.
They sound like chingón.
Well, you know what? I think I might have seen it. I think I know what video you're talking about.
They had 6 violins.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
They had the 6 violins, 2 trumpets, a guitarrón, viola, and guitar. And it's crazy because like everybody sings.
Mm-hmm.
The entire group, and they're one of like the only. No, they're the only group that does that.
That's why I would say
every group or every person sings.
That's why I say, like, if I were to make a group, I would have like the voices from Cobre. Dude, they're amazing, man.
The Ledge has been taking some time off recently.
Really?
He didn't play on Saturday.
Really?
So Sophia said that she had to play guitarrón. She's showing me her little thumb. So,
this Saturday?
Yeah, this past Saturday when she went to help us out, and it was all like bloody and shit.
Gross.
That's what I said. Then you weak. You don't got the Steve endurance. I was like, you should get some lessons from Steve. Let's go over another question that Xavier asked.
Okay.
He asked, have you ever walked out of a gig, either because you weren't going to get paid, the event, the client, or the boss? He says that he walked out of a Santa Muerte gig. And I guess we were already kind of talking about it, leaving gigs or not. I've done a bunch of Santa Muerte gigs, actually. All of them, I didn't know they were going to be Santa Muerte gigs. But like I said, when I said earlier, it's a job. What we do is a job. It's a service. You can choose to not go, but I guess that's also a difference. People see this as a passion or a job, and to me, this is a job. This is a way to make money, so I have to do it. There's times where I didn't want to play. I didn't want to go, or I just wanted to leave, but I can't, because then I won't get paid. I've never walked out of a gig or left. There was one time I didn't get paid, and that was actually in Dallas, and that wasn't even like in Luis not paying. It was that the client didn't want to pay. So like halfway through the gig, we left because he knew this guy's not gonna pay.
Yeah.
So we just ended up leaving. But other than that, I've never walked out of a gig.
Me neither. I've never done that either. No, I guess I've never really ran into that problem, thankfully. Yeah. I mean, some people can be pretty shitty out there when it comes to that, but thankfully I've never ran into that. No, I've never had to walk out before. Or nothing like that. I've only played at a couple of the Santa Muerte gigs.
Those are crazy.
The first one I ever played at was with Eugenio. And he was like, "Don't get scared," and I was like, "Why?" And I walked in and I was like, "Oh yeah, hey, the only thing I don't like about those gigs is it smells horrible."
Yeah, usually.
But I mean, they're not that bad. I've never walked out because of that, but I've only done a few of those. I haven't done like a lot.
This has been episode 6 to Los Mariachi Sagas. We ain't got nothing else to say.
That's it, man. That's all we got for today.
That's it. Hope you enjoyed our rants. Follow us on the Instagram, YouTube,
on the gram,
and now all the different places you can listen to us.
There's so many.
That's it. Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. I'll see you, everybody.